Hello traders, tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Tuesday, March the 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. The year's 2026. Let's talk trading. HLLH with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal's. Okay, HLLH, that's the highest low and lowest high. You've heard me talk about that a few times, and Walmal and I and a couple of the other guys, we've been getting together and we've been actually trading that signal. And why don't I see that on this chart? Did I turn something off? No. That's, oh, I think I turned that off. And I'm going to have to put that back on. I thought this was all ready. I think it's in here. Let's see. So we can shade that. I guess this will show the traders how to set it up in TRO-HL5. Show it true. And what we need to do, though, is set the bars right. So my period should be current. Bars should be 34 with shift of 1. And there we have it. And normally we're on M1 when we do this. So Walmal, you want to give your take on the lowest high, highest low?
Well, why don't we go and do this? Why don't you describe what it actually is first, and then I'll go and see what I'm doing with it.
Oh,
that
okay.
way
Okay. Well, you notice here we've got the three level ZZ indicator here, and then you've got the message from it. And so basically, when you look at the 3-level ZZ, the 3 balls has the number 34. And so what I'm doing here is I'm using 34. It goes back 34 bars and it finds the lowest high in this case. And so then it shades between the lowest high and the lowest low for that period. And so you want to go long when you're in under the lowest high. Then you same thing for the highest low. You'd want to go short when it's up in here. Now, there's a lot of different ways to play it. One way is you have to let the a bar open in this area, or you can just let the in this case the ask just get below it and then take the trade. Call that a touch trade or bounce, because you can see here a lot of times that's what it'll do. And I need to turn something off because that's making things confusing.
the way I look at it, TRO is because I just see so many of these methods being so similar to each other because they're all line trades. They're all horizontal layup line trades. When you really get down to it, that's all they are. And what I see this as is nothing more than what we had talked about maybe a couple of weeks ago with this idea of trading ranges. In other words, it's a range that's set up where price likes to go to one range, one end of the range to the other end of the range, turn around, go back into the other, and then start trading, or not trading, but moving towards the other side of the range. That's how I look at the higher low, lower high. And so what it's doing is it's mapping out for you on your chart where those quote unquote lines or zones are where price is likely or very likely to go in and move back in. And we know that, what is, I forget the statistic, you can go and throw this in, but, what is it, 70% of the time, it's ranging, and 30% of the time it's breaking out, or something along those lines. And so what that means is that we're establishing what the range is based on what has happened in the past. And that, of course, the old disclaimer, the past results don't indicate what future results will be. But at the same time, if something happens 70% of the time, and the reality is that means you could be right 70% of the time and wrong 30% of the time. You should be able to make, as they like to go and say in New York, buku boats of money.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's how I look at the high, low, lower, high as a trade, and it's just a way to go and do that. Now, on top of that, what you can do is, you asked me earlier on one particular trade why you would have gone and taken this trade, at that point. And it was that thing, well, it was a top of range. I wanted to go short. It just crossed over the EMA 5. Okay, we got that. We got flip flop. But now we got all these different things all at the same time that are out there trying to, that basically saying, screaming at you, go short, go short, go short.
No,
So,
I actually asked you about that long trade. You said you were going to take
right.
that long trade in the middle of the range, and it's like when it's in the middle of the range, that's like, no, I don't take trades there.
Yes, but I was looking at it from the perspective of that. We had, it was in the middle of the range, but we had all these other things that were just sort of like pointing that, okay, it's going to go back to the top of that range. I was saying short because I did not turn off my machine, and I had a couple pendings sitting out there, and it went and took buys. So that's why I was thinking that way. Let me go and close these before I get into trouble, since I am in profit. So why not take the 5 pips and be happy, right?
Right.
But in any case, I look at it from the perspective of, this trade is no different than any other trade. It's just what it's doing for you. It's plotting out, on the chart very, very nicely for you what these areas are, where it's going to like to run to. And it's sort of like, you have your launch pad that you like to talk about all the time. Why? Because you've seen through observation when it gets to the 40 level, it loves to go and run up. And I go and say, well, as soon as it gets to the 60, 65 area, get out. In fact, we saw that in the previous hour where, it went from the like the 45 and ran all the way up to 60, touched 60, and then crashed back down. I know that for whatever reason, observationally, that's what's going to happen. Okay, well, that's one thing that you can say. You can draw a line there and say, just be careful there, well, with the HLLH, well, now you got 2 lines you got on your chart. You got one on top, one on the bottom, and now you got the ability to go and trade towards those things. That's just as simple as I you know me, Tiro. I try to take something and decomplicate it. It's sort of like, in restaurants you got all the deconstruction. That's all the rage right now. Deconstruction recipes. Well, that's what I like to look at. Make a deconstruction trade. So, simplify it as much as you can. I'm going to go from here to here, and then from here to here, and that's just all it wants to do.
Yeah.
So, and that's just as simple as I like to look at things.
So it looks like we're going to put in a new 3-ball, just as I was saying it. And we're in the launch pad. Now we just went below it. And if you look over left, you see all these bullish candles. There's a bunch of imbalance that needs to get filled. Come down to about the 30. Let's see. We're at between 32 and 30. Call it 36. We need to probably touch in there. And when this candle closes, we'll get a new lowest high. And the one thing about this is you don't want to rush it. Because what'll happen is you'll think, oh, if I get in now, then I'll make more money. But then a lot more often than not, it'll keep going against you. So you definitely need a signal to go long.
Right.
And so right there, you could have taken your lower high trade. You'd be up half a pip. Let's see, does it climb out of this? Now, one other way of doing is if you look left here and you draw a horizontal line and you see where it hit that 2 ball. And you look even further left, you can see price also pushed up from that level. So sometimes you can jump the gun, and that just so happens to be right at the 40, which is the beginning of the launch pad. And sometimes you just have to wait.
Just wait. Be patient.
Yep.
And that's the hardest thing about it, because you get. I was joking around before, not really joking. I want to go in. I want to go in. It's like, oh no.
And just so the traders know, this is dynamic, and you just saw this paint anew. So what I mean is, as price moves forward, these levels will change or can change.
Can change, but more likely will change.
Yeah. So we definitely had an interesting day today, huh, Walmal?
Yes. Well, just trading this method of just high, low, low, high, I'm up, including the trades I just got out of the beginning of the video, is that, I'm up 48 pips.
Yeah. And so right now I'd be getting out because of my 1 ball in the way rule, but that trade right there would have been worth over 3 pips. Now, a lot of times you might have actually gone in twice, because you can see here, it seems like it was respecting this level. So you could always exit one of the trades and then let the other ride, and see, you could see if you could ride indicator 2.
Yep.
But like I said, I like to exit when I see that 1 ball. It's just like a big exit stop sign for me.
Yeah. And that's sort of like what I was saying in the very beginning of this video. Is, we draw lines on the chart, draw horizontal lines. Those are our escape hatches. It's our entry points and our escape hatches. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's just that we know that price likes to move from, as we used to go and say, we haven't said it in a long time, but from bus station to bus station, or train station to train station.
Yeah, and then or coast to coast when it makes those big runs.
Exactly. So, look on the chart. The chart will give you clues. The chart will tell you where the bus stops are. It's a map, and I like to say that. The chart is nothing more than a map.
And bottom of the hour, and we've got a green M30, and H1 is 1 pip. Now less than a pip red, so we'll see if we can get across that H1 open, or half a pip. But you know what, Walmal? The fastest 15 minutes in trading is just about over. So, fellow traders, hope you have a fun and safe St. Patrick's Day. And if you have any questions about the high or low, lower high, feel free to ask. And I want you to always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.